welcome to a very special edition of Agenda. We're coming to you from a summer cafe, and this location with all these young audience is actually apt for who I'm going to interview today. That is Chirag Paswan, Lok Sabha MP, also the son of Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan, and in the heat and dust of Bihar election rallies, and you've just come back from all your campaigning through the day. He's just going to talk to us, take a lot of questions from the young people. Let's just hear a little bit from what his rallies are all about. A Bollywood star turned politician in the heat and dust of Bihar elections. Take a look.
जो गठबंधन दल के नेता एक दूसरे को ही सम्मान और इज्जत ना दे, वो आपको और मुझे क्या सम्मान और इज्जत देंगे, पूछेगा लालू जी से। माना कि इन 10 सालों में आप हमें सड़क, बिजली, पानी नहीं दे सके, पर कम से कम नीतीश जी हमारी सुख दुख की घड़ी में तो हमारे साथ खड़े रहा कीजिए।
So we're speaking to Chirag Paswan. Chirag Paswan, I just wanted to ask you, these young kids, they tell me that, you know, they come to these kind of restaurants quite a lot, and this kind of restaurant, it actually symbolizes how Patna is changing.
True.
It is, you agree with that?
I agree with that, absolutely.
So do you get to come out as well and enjoy it like these people?
In Bihar, I don't really get that much of time. I get really occupied, really busy. But whenever I'm out of Bihar, either I'm in Delhi or Mumbai, or I'm traveling anywhere, then I'm like one of them only. I love going out and hanging out with my friends.
Speaking about the elections, you have done like 3 phases till now. I wanted to ask you that most people are saying that it's not going very well for the NDA. Things are not looking that good. Why do you think that is?
Trust me, you know, I mean, when I'll say this, I don't think you'll buy it because I'll be talking it for NDA because I'm one of the ally. But honestly speaking, I mean, I get this confidence that yes, NDA is coming to power. We are forming the government. This confidence comes from the fact that I've actually been there between the masses. You know, I've been with the people of Bihar, you know, throughout and regularly over the past 1 year, you know. I've been with them, so I've got this chance to actually understand them very, very closely. So this gives me the confidence that yes, the people of Bihar this time for once, they are voting for development. They are coming out of all the barriers of casteism, religionism, everything. And for once they are voting for development.
But when you say development, isn't Nitish Kumar, who has allowed places like this to come up, isn't he the face of development?
I agree to a certain extent, you know.
Okay.
I'll not be one of those politicians who'll just criticize for the heck of criticizing, you know. But when you say that Nitish ji actually work, you know, you have to understand the theory of relativity, you know. He came out of an era of 15 years of Jungle Raj, you know, where nothing, I mean, I'll say this very honestly and very clearly that nothing really happened in those 15 years, you know. And after that, when Nitish ji came, you know, there was some improvement, there was some development work that actually happened, you know, but not to an extent which me as a youngster I was expecting.
Now you said that things are going well, that people are talking about development instead of talking about casteism and things like that, and yet the voices emerging from Bihar elections and the kind of, you know, the political voices that we hear, the reactions are about things like beef ban, about what happened to a clerk in Dadri, about quotas. Now this quota thing has become a huge kind of, you know, to wear around. I mean, everybody seems to be denying, even though, you know, Mohan Bhagwat ji has reiterated that it needs to be relooked at.
Honestly speaking, I don't understand why. Why are we importing issues? Sunetra, we have to understand the fact that today we are sitting in a state who even after the independence, it's been almost 68 years after the independence, we are sitting here and we are still fighting for the basic necessities. Our fight is still for the basic necessities, for electricity, road, water. This is our struggle for still after 68 years of independence. So when we are struggling for the basic necessities of life, I don't understand why we are importing issues like beef, why are we importing issues like reservation. See, reservation, that was a statement given by Mohan Bhagwatji, who heads a independent organization, you know, and I think every organization or the head of those organizations,
Yeah,
they
but
are
many people
free.
from that
They're
organization,
related.
yeah.
They're related to
Yeah,
BJP.
we see Nitin Gadkari ji wearing those
I
outfits,
absolutely
yeah.
agree. But you know, I mean, who better than our PM Saab himself? He has made our stand very, very clear. He has made the stand for the BJP very clear when it comes to reservation. Our party stand is very, very clear when it comes to reservation. But I don't understand why to make reservation or why to import issues from Uttar Pradesh. Whatever happened in Dadri was really sad. I condemn whatever that has happened to Akhlaq and whatever that his family had to go through after his dad was really bad and was really sad. But we have our own issues, you know, our states having our own much bigger issues, you know. So we need to fight those issues, and that is directly related to development, you know.
They were telling me they don't hear anybody talking about education.
I
Not
agree.
one speech.
I agree.
Are you talking about it in your speech?
I do.
But we're not hearing it.
No, you know what? I don't know how much do they promote my speeches or not. But the fact is that I have stayed in Delhi, I worked in Mumbai, you know. Very closely I have seen this, that how Biharis are treated in other states, you know. My biggest question is why only Bihari needs to go out of our state, you know. I have never seen a Mumbaiker coming to Bihar for a job. I have never seen a Delhiite coming to Bihar for education. It's only Biharis going out of our state for education, for jobs, for health facilities. Why? We have Delhi, Mumbai, all developed states. Why can't we have the similar kind of development? We got the freedom almost at the same time, right? So why can't we have the same kind of infrastructure developed in our state? Factories.
So you're saying things now which they all agree with. That the real issues.
I agree.
But why don't we hear them in the election rally?
This is what bothers me, honestly speaking.
Maybe
This
you're also
bothers
not
me
saying
as
that
well.
enough in your election rallies as well.
See, I mean, I have my own limitations. I'll be very honest.
What
you know.
are your limitations?
My limitations is that ours is not that big a party, you know, ours is just a regional party, right? We have never been into power in Bihar, you know. Ours is a young party comparatively, it's just 15 years old, you know. So we don't have that much of strength with ourselves, you know, to voice it out so loud. But then I have hope from these youngsters, you know, that for once they'll come out of the casteism, because this is one tag that's been attached to our state throughout, that, you know, the politics of Bihar is largely governed by the caste scenario of the state. So I want to break this caste scenario. Why to vote on the basis of caste when development is our issue?
Is it changing? How? What you said it's changing.
It's
How?
changing.
No, so how? Give me a sign that it's changing.
Lok Sabha elections.
How?
Lok Sabha elections, for one, I mean, if you will go through the stats, for once, I think the people of Bihar, they have voted only and only for development, believing in whatever our today's
Which is why
Prime Minister...
BJP did really well over here.
Which is why NDA did really well in Bihar. We managed to bag most of the seats, you know, we were at 30 plus out of 40 seats that we contested here. So yes, I mean, I'm expecting the same results in Vidhan Sabha also.
But the other thing that was happening, you know, you talk about importing issues, I have to ask you that. One issue that people brought out, I think your father also spoke about it, was what happened in Haryana and VK Singh's comments about it. Because, you know, your father is seen as a Dalit face of the party over here, and, you know, the Dalit children killing, and the way the centre and the way some of the people spoke about it, including Minister VK Singh. Did you also feel angry about that?
I'll go a little back from where you started. You know, I don't understand that why the story on all the national channels. I don't understand the fact that if an accident has taken place, or there's a riot, or there's a death, or there's some other kind of mishap that has happened with a person or in a state, why even the media people, you know, why they bringing up like this happened to a Dalit boy, this happened to a Dalit girl, this happened to a Muslim boy, this happened to a Muslim girl. Why a Muslim boy or a Muslim girl or a Dalit boy or a Dalit girl? It happened to a family, it happened to an individual.
But you know,
why to bring in the casteism in that? And then yes, there are many other leaders in our political system who start their political journey over this. So I don't understand that why to bring in the caste only for incident has taken place. Whatever happened in Haryana, again it was a sad incident, but it happened between two families, and both of them, I think supposedly they come from the same Dalit background. But why to bring in the Dalit issue into it? You know, it happened with a family, it happened with an individual. Treat it like an individual case.
Yeah, I want to, once again, I want to ask you that, you said, why is there casteism? Why did they say Dalit? Your father's always been known as a Dalit leader.
I agree.
Do you want to be known
No. See, Sunetra, that time was different, that era was different. Honestly speaking, today our fight is not for a Dalit or a Hindu or a Muslim. Our fight is against poverty, And trust me, people from every caste, region, religion belongs to that poor section of the society who's still struggling for food, who's still struggling for even clothes, They don't even have houses to stay in. So my fight is for poverty.
But your father made his career with that tag, and that because he gave a voice to the aspirations of the Dalit community, right? But you don't think that needs to be done anymore?
By default, I am a Dalit. So by default, I am, But I don't want to, I don't need to hammer it time and again that I am a Dalit and I'll work only for the Dalit, I'll work only for the Dalit,
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to work for the, for anyone who's not even having the basic necessities of life also. For us, something which is a necessity, for them is still a luxury.
They say that, the alliance management wasn't done very well by the NDA. That's one of the factors it's not doing very well. And that's why with Maji coming in, the LJP wasn't very happy, your party wasn't very happy, and, they just haven't managed it. They're blaming the BJP for not managing the alliance well. Is that right?
To begin with, there's no need to blame anyone for anything. Our alliance is doing really good. And Majiji coming into picture, he's most welcome. Even that time also I said this on record. Majiji is like family to us,
Yeah.
And we need more representation from the so-called Dalit and the backward section of the society. We definitely need more representation.
And if it turns out well, as you're saying it, would the credit, is the referendum on Prime Minister Modi? Because you also said that, he is the big point. He is the one who's selling the development thing as opposed to Nitish Kumar.
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Sunetra, I'll give you a small example. Today, at least for once, and these guys, they'll agree with me when I say this, for once, at least we are thinking about bullet trains. Before this, we were just thinking about ki Rajdhani hai, 175 plus, 185 plus, 195 plus, wow, amazing, we achieved a super fast speed and stuff. Today, at least we have started thinking about it, 5 years down the line, we'll actually start seeing it happening
But
in real.
People say, it's not going to happen. A lot of it is on paper. We are still not,
At least our vision has brought it.
Vision has brought it. Okay,
That's
we're
more
going to
important.
on that note, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, many more questions to Chirag Paswan. And I want to ask him about social media. He's young, he's on Twitter, but why isn't social media creating that much of a buzz in these elections in Bihar? Stay tuned for that.